Hi all, and welcome to this presentation on how to unlock the full potential of your teams with seamless time tracking. My name is Gudrún Fema Ólafsdóttir, and I'm a Channels Account Executive at Tempo, focusing on our largest European partners. Before I joined the Channel Sales team, I was a product manager for 5 years. And I'm really excited to be here with you today for this presentation. At Tempo, we create best-in-class automated and integrated solutions designed to help you unlock the true benefits of tracking time. Leverage Tempo's suite of applications to log time effortlessly, plan and manage resources in real time, and monitor all the project finances more effectively. The reports available in each product also provide you with the data and level of granularity you need to make informed decisions faster. Our tools give your team what they need to efficiently manage their time and tasks. Our reporting gives you the insights and real metrics to make decisions and to start the conversation about true time productivity. Tempo is the market leader in time tracking solutions, and our suite of products include Tempo Timesheets, Tempo Planner, Cost Tracker for Tempo Timesheets, and Tempo Budgets. We've been around for a long time, and some of you may already know Tempo quite well, and have already experienced how our tools give you and your team what you need to efficiently manage your time, tasks, and projects. Others here may be new to Tempo and are perhaps looking for guidance on how to use our products together. And today's presentation should have something for everyone, as we will cover the core use cases our products solve, but also discover some of the newest capabilities we've introduced recently and how they fit into our solutions. Tempo is a company that originates from Reykjavík, Iceland, and we have now been around for more than 12 years. Our customer base consists of more than 20,000 customers, ranging from small and medium-sized businesses to enterprise companies. We have headquarters in Boston and offices in Montreal and Iceland, and we have been a part of the Atlassian ecosystem from the beginning. We were also one of the first add-ons available for Jira. But what does Tempo do? We provide tools that helps teams plan and schedule resources, manage their budget, and track time directly from their daily workflow, such that you never have to leave Jira. We have been around for a long time, and we know that tracking time can be hard, but we also know that by doing so, organizations can unlock a huge potential. And don't just take our word for it. Here's just a sample of some of the more than 20,000 customers who currently benefit from using Tempo. We have customers who range from small consulting agencies to dozens of the world's most recognized brands. As more and more companies rely on software solutions and software development as a key factor in their strategy and ongoing success, it becomes increasingly important to track time spent on a variety of different projects and initiatives. And whether you're a big or small, you don't need to tell me that tracking time accurately in real time is essential. Tempo is compatible on cloud, server, and data center, and we offer several products on each platform. On server and data center, we have Tempo Timesheets, Tempo Planner, and Tempo Budgets. And on cloud, we have Tempo Timesheets, Tempo Planner, and Cost Tracker for Tempo Timesheets. We will dive deeper into how businesses can use Tempo to keep them on track. Tempo, at its core, is about getting the insights you need to optimize your team. As I mentioned in the beginning, Tempo is for organizations to gain visibility into the true value of time. But why do we measure time? With Tempo Timesheets, you are provided with additional functionality, including embedded time tracking in Jira, calendar integrations, measurement for productivity, and then custom reports to support it and report on all elements of time spent in Jira. Organizations need a shared understanding of time in order to improve productivity, increase efficiency, and manage the difficult tasks of budgeting and planning. And here we have a few common use cases that our customers use Tempo for. And in my presentation today, I'll dig deeper into how our customers are using our products to solve these use cases and the value they get out of it. And Tempo does it all seamlessly, with time management solutions that are simple to deploy, easy to use, and embedded into the current processes and users' daily workflow. And with that, let's get started. Today, I'll be giving you insights into our products and how they all together seamlessly integrate with each other and with Jira. We will look at how common business problems they solve and how our customers have been able to leverage the capabilities they offer. All these use cases depend on our core use case, tracking time, and built on top of that. So let's start with the core, tracking time, where the goal of the end user is quite simple, to log their time in as easy manner as possible. Tempo Timesheet is our flagship product that serves as the core for all the use cases that I'm presenting, as they all rely on the time tracking data that's captured with the tool. And there are multiple ways to track time, and one way might not fit all. Users can find their own way that works the best for them. For example, from their My Work section in Tempo, the Jira issue view that they're working on, directly in their timesheet using the Tempo tracker, or on the mobile app. Additionally to that, our most recent efforts include the automation of time logging, where Tempo suggests to user how much to log on each issue for the day based on the activity in various dev tools, calendars, and Jira. I'd like to note though that functionality is only available in our cloud products for now. So as I just mentioned, Tempo is currently focusing on advanced automation features and intuitive suggestions for time tracking data to customers, ensuring that tracking activities is effortless and free from manual intervention, while still keeping privacy of users' own data our highest concern. One of the biggest complaints of everyone that we speak to that's considering buying Tempo is how hard it is to get developers to track their time. In the past year, we've been working on the next generation of our time tracking, with the focus of making it as simple as possible, especially for developers. And currently Tempo Cloud integrates with 4 providers, namely Jira, VS Code, Google Calendar, and Office 365. We will also be adding more integrations, such as other developer tools, in the coming months. So as our developers keep working in the regular working environments, Tempo will translate the signals from the different locations into suggested activities that can be logged with one click. This is the My Work page for Sap Brannigan, one of our developers. He has already logged his time for Monday, but as for the day he hasn't logged work yet, Tempo offers activities based on information from the connected apps. We can see that on Tuesday, he was reserved for 1 hour to do some maintenance work for the Green Cloud customer through Planner. We then see that he attended the Scrum meetings with his team and the company staff meetings, which will all be associated to an issue in Jira. He then proceeds to a design sparring session with the team to finalize the designs for the new project that he's working on, and finally spend an hour doing development work on a feature branch in VS Code. When he wants to log his time, he can either log each card individually or use the Log Activities button at the top of the column to log the full 6 hours in one click. And one of the use cases Tempo solves on top of tracking time is resource planning, by allowing you to optimize the use of resources and plan staffing need. That use case can be covered with Tempo Planner, but that product focuses on solving resource planning needs of global enterprises by providing tools to help directors and department managers plan projects by role 3 to 12 months ahead of time based on location and capacity, to allow them to understand capacity based on planned projects and available staff, and to help team leads and project managers allocate the appropriate individuals to plan the project and work before it starts. And let's start by looking at a case study. Paradigm decided to switch to the Tempo suite. One of the measurable outcomes for them during that transformation and the introduction of the best practices with our product was that each team lead saved 4 hours a month on planning their teams. They had a process using Excel and an ERP system, and employees would get screenshots of their plan. By switching to Planner and timesheets, the employees got instant access to their plans, and the plans are all accessible from a single view. As a result, they have seen improvements in delivering their client projects on time. So once a project is defined, you can start by identifying when you can start the project based on your capacity. Use the capacity report to determine when in time the required roles for the project are available. And use the location or role attributes on the users or other filters to make sure that you're looking at the resources that should take on the project. The capacity report shows how much has been planned and how many resources are available during the selected period. Furthermore, you can drill down into specific roles, teams, or locations. So let's take an example. We just got a client project in Reykjavik that requires 3 developers, 1 designer, and 1 project manager. The project is a website creation, and we have already created the issues in Jira and estimated the effort for each issue. We know that we're fully booked for the next weeks, but we can see that in the week of July 5th, we have all the required resources available in Reykjavik. And when you have identified if and when to take on the new project, use the resource overview to reserve your employees for that project. The resource overview enables you to plan work for teams and stay on top of how resources are being utilized, making sure that you're not over-allocating your staff. The view gives you a graphical representation of your resources and their allocations to make sure that the individual workloads are balanced and realistic. You're able to filter your Jira users by team, role, and specific users to understand what they're working on and view upcoming plans. The resource overview lists all your Jira users within your instance in one single view. This, in conjunction with the capacity report, is especially useful when managing multiple teams, aligning business proposals with resource availability, and to improve delivery efficiency. And this view is also where you do the planning. By clicking on the users row, one is able to create plans associated with the Jira project or Jira issue. You can also select the Jira issues from an issue side panel, and with a simple drag and drop, you're able to allocate your resources in no time. Conversely, if you've already assigned the Jira issues with estimates and due dates, you can automatically plan using our very recent Jira import. So continuing with our example, using the capacity report, we have found the team that should be working on the project. We can now use the resource overview to reserve the team for the project from the week of July 5th. As we've already created the issues with assignees, estimates, and due dates, we can import those into the resource overview and automatically plan our team. After creating the plans, we can make adjustments to the plans to make sure our resources are not overloaded by moving the plan to another user or changing the dates by dragging and dropping the plan. And if you have used the resource overview to plan the resources, they will see their plan for the day in My Work and can easily convert the plan into a confirmed work log with accurate description of the work conducted and, if configured, custom attributes for the work log. And in order to produce even more accurate data and insights, we have something called timesheets approval, meaning Tempo supports approval processes where one can choose to have users submit their timesheets weekly or monthly. This allows supervisors to review, approve, and reject their team's timesheets, individual or in bulk. A trail of approvals is kept for further transparency and traceability. And to tie it all together and close the project, and even during the project, you can use our planned versus actuals report, one of our most recent additions, that's available if you have both timesheets and planner. This report allows you to compare the plans that were created at the beginning to the hours that your employees have logged on in the Jira issues in the project. Based on the grouping that is selected, you can see a further breakdown to identify where plans were off. Then, to close the loop, you can use this as an input when taking on the next projects to improve the accuracy of your planning efforts and to make sure that other projects won't get delayed. But there's way more value that you can get out of time tracking. On top of the basic reporting, you can get a whole new dimension into your reporting capabilities by defining your customer projects and internal cost centers and initiatives using accounts. Whether the work is billable, capitalized, operational, or internal, you can use Tempo accounts to make sure that all hours are correctly categorized. Let's start by diving a bit into how we can use accounts to track initiatives across projects and report on hours based on their financial category. For example, to apply for tax credits. Many countries today are offering tax incentives for research and development work, but tracking capitalized expenditures across initiatives especially R&D projects, can be a very time-consuming process, with writing applications and providing audit trail of work conducted in the tax year. By setting up accounts for your initiatives with the correct categories, you can make the reporting and audit trail generation negligible, as employees' time entries get categorized as they log their time on issues in Jira that are associated with the accounts. The tax relief available depends on where the work is conducted and thus varies based on the location. So if we take a medium-sized company as an example, with half of its employees working in the R&D department, assuming they spend 75% of their working time on initiatives, it renders about 69,000 hours annually of R&D work. The R&D incentives available to this company can be significant, and with Tempo Timesheets, generating the report for that is super simple. And as I said before, the accounts can be used to track initiatives across projects and report on hours based on their financial category. So continuing with our previous project for the web development initiative, we need to create at least 2 accounts, one for capitalized work and one for operational work related to the initiative. We then link these accounts to the project or projects that contain the work for it. As an example, the designer might use his design project to track his work, while the developers use their own project. Once the project association has been done, the accounts will be integrated into the workflow of Jira issues, such that users only need to think about logging their hours, and they will be categorized based on the account linked to the issue. This is one way of ensuring that your team is spending time on the right things and that your projects are eligible to R&D capitalization benefits and government grants. Organizing our data now can later extend to provide an overview of the company's CapEx/OpEx activities of the month for the finance department. And now we can look into the reporting, where the real power lies. With flexible reports that give powerful insight into the value of time in just seconds, and that can be further expanded, exported, or integrated with through our integration points. You can view reports on issues, projects, teams, users, customer projects, and cost centers, or any custom Jira filtering. In order to view where the hours are coming from, the user can group the reports by accounts to break it down and view from which accounts these hours are coming from. All of our reports can be saved, even with dynamic time periods, so you can, with a single click, view and keep track of your weekly, monthly, or quarterly reports to verify quickly if there are any abnormalities in the data. Drill down even further and make sure you can take action if needed. And as it comes time to apply for tax credits, or just report on capitalized work to determine long-term profitability and growth, you can start reporting on the financial categories from initiatives across the company and for longer periods. Here's a report for the accounting department, allowing you to see all the capitalized work done in the last quarter, grouped by the initiatives and locations. Or conversely, the report that can be used as a foundation to apply for the tax credit for each location where the work was conducted. These reports are now all accessible at any given notice. And that's not the only use of accounts. Furthermore, accounts can be used to track costs across different customers, to make sure that you can invoice the hours at the end of the billing period and monitor compliance with fixed hourly contracts. Redspace switched to the Tempo suite and were able to save over $220,000 per year due to better project management processes. Previously, they were entering time tracking data in spreadsheet and had project managers doing their own calculations, increasing the risk of error in data. Now they do all time tracking and reporting in one place, and their monthly reports are generated automatically. They also started using budgets for the executive team. They track the financial project for each client and monitor the health through the whole lifecycle of the client project. So similarly as with the CapEx/OpEx use case, we can set up accounts, except now we approach it from the customer instead of the initiative. You can create each of your customer within Tempo and link your accounts to them for even better reporting. And to provide even better support for billing, you can also set the billable hours on the workload itself in case the billed hours are different to the worked hours. So here's a report for our customers, displaying the work we did on his 2 open accounts. One that's billed by the hour and one for the service contracts. We can also see that the total billable hours differ from the total logged hours. And this leads me into the next use case, keeping on top of project cost, regardless if that's a customer project where you're tracking all work towards fixed hour contract, for example, or if it is to manage finances of projects and portfolios and monitor their health. CPG saw a 10% increase in the productivity of their teams because of better reporting, cross-functional adoption, and easier tracking of project cost. They came from a point where they had many complex tools to get the job done. By switching to the Tempo suite, both the productivity and engagement towards these activities went up, as they had to spend less time doing it. They also saved 50% by switching their project management tools from expensive desktop tools to a much simplified tracking and reporting process with Jira and Tempo. So if you go over budget, you will not make any money on your project. Use Cost Tracker or Tempo budgets, depending on the platform, to stay on top of project cost. In order to understand better various financial aspects of our projects, we can use Tempo's financial tools to monitor if the project is still on budget and stay on top of the project health and status, and take actions when and where it's needed by highlighting the status of important KPIs. Tempo helps you set up the scope and timeline of your projects in very few steps. After that, you can add the staff to your financial project and set the rates for them. Based on the rates, Tempo tracks the progress of the project towards the planned budgets you set out with initially. The big plus here is that there's no integration to worry about. All Tempo products are seamlessly integrated with your Jira instance, so as people update estimates and as work is logged, all of these changes are automatically available for you within our financial tools. These projects can be shared across the organization, and you have a single view to see the high-level overview of all the financial projects and their status. So as you can see, we assist our customers with multiple use cases from time tracking to resource management to project financials tracking by offering insightful data that helps teams better manage their time and finances and keep their business on track. Thank you for your attention. It was great sharing this with you today. You can reach out to us for any information through our email, partners@tempo.io. You can also visit our website, tempo.io, and book a demo with us or register for our webinars. And now, if there are any questions, please fire away.